welcome to another video. Just see, I've got the clear roofing on the little glass house. I'll just wrap the sides in plastic for this season and use it, and then I'll finish it off next winter. But I've also, yesterday I've been busy as well. I've built this new trellis there for working on the house garden, so I'll continue a bit of work on that. But I'm also working on the chicken tractors. That's what this video is mainly about. That's the big project now. I've got to build 2 chicken tractors and get them up and running. I might actually feature that little tube. I made that the other day. Keep the chooks mainly off some vegetables not growing there. Got to do the chores first, feed the chooks, the rabbits, and then I'll get onto the chicken tractor. So this is I think this was the first chook tractor I made. I've got 25 or 25 corner posts, but I've got a real heavy big base on it. It's 150 by 100 angle, 50 by 100 end beams. All got 5mm wall, so it's big and heavy. The advantage of that is it won't blow away for a start. The second thing is that it's easy to weld. Thick stuff with a stick welder is much easier than thin wall stuff. Now I want to show you, this is important. This is chook psychology. So I can open the gate and I'll get a couple are out straight away. All out. But then I put a bit of food in there, and come on girls, and they're all back in. I've got one out now, so I'm going to go. Then we're all back in. So when you're feeding it, you can let them. You don't need to get too fussed about chooks. Now, one thing, you see the shit that's built up in there, and that's because the wire is 25 by 25. Like this stuff on the gate. Just a bit of a hand to give you a bit of scale there. And it doesn't clear. You can see in there. And so you're cleaning out. More work doesn't work. So this first chicken tractor, it's a little bit small, but because you're moving every day, it's all on good grass, and I've got about 20, I think, black Australorps in there, and they're laying very well at the moment. Most productive birds on the property, and but they'll go out into the chicken tractor that I'm building the next couple of days, next week, and then I'll refit this one. I'll make it so you can get inside it so you can see them. I'll also put a better roof on it there, and inside I'll take the 25 by 25 mesh off the floor and put 50 by 50 mesh in, so it sort of cleans it. So I need to lift that up off the ground a bit more, so it's about 100mm off, so their legs don't dangle through when I'm dragging and chop their legs off. That's not a good thing, is it? So I'll get a bit more work done on that, and and refit that. Yeah, so it's a funny thing really in designing anything, whether it's a chicken coop or a bloody, you know, intercontinental ballistic missile. 9/10 of it easy. It's the 80-20 rule, isn't it? You know, you can get 80% of it's really easy, 90% of it's really easy. It's the last 10 or 20% that takes you all the time, you know. So, you know, when I used to write reports on old buildings, it was, I could, in 20% of the time, I could write the report and get it all, you know, looking fantastic. But then the last 20% was all the sort of, you know, minor, the nuanced sort of stuff, the stuff that wasn't anybody else's report. That took all the time to get that sort of small detail. And of course, you don't know that small detail until you get there. It's like, what was that? What was his name? Oh, the American Secretary of State, I think it was during the Iraq War, he said, Donald Rumsfeld, he said, there are the known unknowns and the unknown unknowns. And it's like a chicken coop, really. You know, you start on the pathway of building a chicken coop and you think you know 100% of it, but you don't really know. You only know 80% of it. The other 20% you don't know until you work it out for yourself, and then you sort of you go to the point of you know what you don't know, and then you work it out a bit more and you know what you know. So this is the second one I built. This is more the sort of shed chicken coop style. And with the netting fences around, it sort of works reasonably well, but they get out. They get out. Even though it's electrified, they still get out. Silly chooks. We got a bit of rain last night, so they're all a bit wet this morning. Come on. It's two sides. Other times it's got its own off-grid system. I've only been using one side at the moment. I'll get this side cleaned out. Just very roughly blocking off the nesting boxes at the moment. I'll do something more permanent with that. But you know, it's pretty good. You know, I'll probably get 200 birds in this, but it's a lot of work dragging it around, and you know, I've got to move it and move the fencing, and it's half a day. And again, there's an equation there somewhere, an equilibrium between the amount of work you do and the product you get out of it. And these ones aren't that productive at the moment. Mulberry tree here. The mulberry tree's the first to come into leaf. So these are the sides of the chicken tractor, or one side. It's 8 metres long, 1200 high. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bays. One will have plywood on, that one there, and the other will have 50 by 50 steel mesh. I'm just welding up one at a time at the moment. It'll take me about 3 hours for each one. And, Oh, fantastic! Look what I found. It's a red belly black snake. We've got quite a few of them around here. They're quite a potent snake, venom-wise, but always rearing up. But they, you know, people very rarely die from it because they don't bite. One thing they will do is they just sort of lie there flat and do nothing, as you saw him do when he first became aware of me. It wasn't until I shoved the bloody selfie stick in his face that he got a bit angry and slithered off at speed. But you know, I'm sure me weeding in the garden, I'll come across these things. Well, I won't come across them, but I'll be near them all the time while I'm weeding or picking. I'm sure there's one sort of, you know, a couple of metres from me that I don't even see. So, and I haven't been bitten yet. So this is the chicken tractor that I have the Rhode Island Reds in. It's the most recent one I've built. What I'll do is I'll talk about the problems with it. First of all, you can't see the chooks in there. You can't get a good look at them and see how they're going because you've got show cloth on the top and you're looking through a mesh. I don't really like that. The other issue is that the front and back rails are both on the ground, so when you drag them it picks up a lot of stuff. That doesn't work very well. The other thing that doesn't work very well with it is that it doesn't have a, this is a chook psychology thing again, is that you can let them out and they'll come back in straight away. You don't have to chase them around. You can be nice and calm and settled and open the door and put a bit of food in and just walk around and stand back and they'll all walk straight back in. They can't do that with this one. That costs us a lot of time. When they do get out, we've got to catch them and put them back in, so I'll change that shortly. One thing that does work about this chicken tractor is the 50 by 50 mesh that's on the floor of the roosting box. That just clears all the chook poo straight away, no problem whatsoever. Another morning, or mid-morning really. I've been already fed all the chooks. The glass house I've sort of finished for this season. I'm just about to put some plastic on the walls to finish it off so I can put some of the seedlings in there. But today I'm mainly going to be working on the chicken tractor again. So I've got the first bit made up. That's one of the sides. I'm going to make another 2 parts today, so I'm making it in parts basically. So then those parts go together. I assemble them together without welding, either bolt or U-bolts, I'm not sure, or tech screws. But I'll build those 2 bits today, and then I'll put in the next episode I'll do another side and an end. So that's it for this episode. I've got 2 parts of the trick tractor made. One side, the 2 intermediate pieces that go in the, I suppose you call it the grazing section on those vertical bars there. And next episode I hope to get an end done and another side. So that's it for this episode, and I'll see you next week.